I played WoW for so long, I missed out on so many good games. 7 years of my life of being a hardcore gamer, only in one game. All of us do this, right? We buy WoW, it's awesome. Pay for it every month, so why buy other games? Not that I didn't try. I did try, I did. I had some franchises that I was loyal to, man. I was the guy. I paid for this. I bought it the day it came out. I kind of fucked up there, and it ruined it, so I didn't buy any other games. I left it there. But now it's time to get back on the horse. There's so many good games out there, we've just got to try some, but where do we start? I used to be a bit of an FPS whore. I used to own at Quake, Quake 2, Quake Arena, Doom. I used to own all my friends at that. We should start there. But which one to play? There's only 2 big titles out there now, right? We've got Battlefield and we've got Modern Warfare. Battlefield doesn't have a story mode. I kind of don't want to do another 360 no-scope video, so I guess I'll have to rock and roll with Modern Warfare. But which one? Black Ops? No. I think we should find out about Soap and his journey. Ghost tells me it's amazing. He also told me Gears of War 1 was good. Can't really trust that guy. But we'll try. We'll try. We'll play Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. Is it going to be good? What are our expectations, right? First things first. Expectations. It's going to be linear. We know that, right? Probably hardly any gameplay. Boring as crap, is what some people would say. Same old shit recycled. Not for me, though. I haven't played them before. True, I've never played any of the Modern Warfares. They just didn't appeal to me. I was playing WoW. So we'll go with Call of Duty 4 Modern Warfare. I think that's a good place to start. Maybe we'll jump into 2. Let's see how 1 goes. We're going to need some help, though. I need to feel patriotic. These games are all about America and the SAS, UK. I need some movies. What have we got? Captain America. Good place to start, right? We'll play some Captain America, then we'll watch some Hot Fuzz. Yeah, that's a good place to start. Okay. I'm going to do this. I'm going to fly the flag of freedom. And then we're going to bring freedom to the terrorists. Alright, a training section. Can't complain about a section showing me how the weapons work and all the bindings, I guess.
Knife the watermelon.
Wait. What? This is the test to join the SAS? The SAS?
Don't you know what that stands for?
SAS. Special Air Service.
Super Army Soldiers.
And the best we can come up with is to cut the melon? Whatever, man. Oh, a challenge section. I'm awesome at games. I bet I smashed this to pieces on the first try.
To improve on garbage.
I hate this shit in games. Really? You're making me feel like a total scrub within the first 5 minutes? Why? I mean, come on. I cut the melon like a champ. Now you throw this horse shit at me? I understand that people have done this eventually, but I'm so far out that I just feel like crap now. Ugh. Alright, here we go. First mission. Okay, we're invading a boat. Not seen that before. We got some cliche rain, some lightning, and typical sneaking around. We're moving kind of quickly, which I guess gives some tension. These guns are kind of cool. Wait a minute. What the hell is this? It's warm. I'm kind of sweaty. Oh god. I'm enjoying this. I know it's set pieces and linear as hell, but I knew that going in, right? But you know what? They're really well made. I mean, I didn't go into Michael Bay's Transformers and be all disappointed when the story wasn't Shakespeare. Ooh, look at all the explosions. It's Michael Bay's Transformers. And don't get me wrong here, it still needs to be done well, otherwise it's just a crappy movie or a crappy game. Look at Rise on the Xbone. Everyone hating because it's a quick-time game. Well, QTE-based games are capable of creating spectacular scenes that are nigh impossible to do in any other format, or simply have to use cutscenes. Either way, if someone goes and buys Rise and then complains it has a lot of QTE events, you just goofed up. As such, this game is setting up some major scenes, so the real question now is, are they going to be worthy of a AAA game, or are they just going to suck? The thing I'm most surprised about playing through this is the immersion into the speed and intensity of each mission. Rather than feel rushed, the atmosphere is instilling a sense of being in one place too long is a recipe for disaster. In fact, the further the game goes on, if I run into a situation where I'm trapped, I genuinely feel uncomfortable, and that any moment Charlie will be overrunning my position at any time. I kind of feel paranoid, actually. This leads me to simply put one of the coolest missions I've ever encountered in a game before. The mission, All Gillied Up, has a section that plays to the strength of the game's atmosphere. You've been hauling ass as fast as possible, no time to breathe or take stock, but then this mission throws all that out of the window and changes the pace to not only slow, but completely still. A concept just so simple. Just hide. But my god, if this didn't get my heart racing faster than any other section of the game. I even had to contemplate whether to move my head or not in case I would get seen. I even know the game mechanics won't make a difference if I look or not. But it's the sensation of keeping my head down and still that is overwhelming my natural gamer instincts. It's not till later that things go downhill. The missions and set pieces are actually fine. I really enjoyed them. The bold step of allowing you to play the final moments of a main character is unprecedented and it hits you right in the feels. But COD suffers from a mistake that so many games make. And that's increasing the difficulty by simply adding more and more of the same enemies. And even the old constantly respawning enemies. Due to the combination of slow-paced, intense missions and fast-moving rollercoaster missions, you can often get confused as to the best way of completing a task. Every now and again, that means getting bogged down in a room with nearly never-ending waves of NPCs. Sometimes you can go too fast and actually see the guys spawning in the corners of random rooms, which downplays the atmosphere that was developed so well earlier on. Then it hits me. It hits me like a train that's been travelling for years, just waiting to smash into the side of my brain. I've played this game before. I don't know when. Alright, we're going to get into this. Top 5 things that ruin good games. I'm not talking about the top 5 things that I hate in games. The 5 things that ruin good games. Number 5. A half-arsed, rushed story. I don't get why games do this. They have a killer start to a story. The gameplay's good, then suddenly... It's like they ran out of money and had to stop making the game. Number 4. Games that either suggest you're at the end of the game when you actually aren't, or simply don't know when they're finished. This is what basically spoiled Dead Space 1 and 2 for me. They teased the end of those games about 60% of the way through, and you spend hours waiting for the game to be over. Even if the content after it is good, it's overshadowed by the thought of, come on, we should have been done by now. Is this the end? Is this the end? I never want to feel like the game's got to end. Number 3. Illogical and pointless steps in the story. Take Gears of War 1 for example. Marcus Big Beef Phoenix is labelled as a traitor and untrustworthy at the very beginning of the game. An hour later, he's leading the entire squad of non-convicts and it's never mentioned again that he was apparently a traitor. Don't get me wrong, we want to be the guy in charge, but it has to make sense. Like in Star Trek, we want Kirk to be captain. But fuck, man, when he's promoted from the guy who has been expelled to captain in under an hour of the flagship, you can't help but feel cheated. There is probably at least a dozen or 100 people on the one ship who are probably thinking, hey, I've been training for years for this. That guy's a fucking cadet. What the shit is going on? Number 2. Bad camera angles. All the time. Enough said. Number 1. The thing that ruins most games for me. The thing that spoils them all. Good games. Games I'm enjoying. Ruined. Dying. And you don't know why. And this is the one COD suffers from the most. It's infuriating. And sometimes even the game doesn't seem to know why you died. Most of the time it's like, oh, you died to a grenade. And it doesn't show you the icon. Okay, well, I can kind of get behind that. But then later the game itself doesn't register what the hell happened to you. On one occasion I respawned and died instantly. It's like being spawn camped by invisible backstabbing rogues. It's bullshit, and that's why I put the game down in the past. This time though, I'm older and wiser. I push through and I finish it up. Despite that little flaw, I had a blast this time. So I'm going to jump into the second, and hell, I even felt a little bit patriotic. So I'm going to go now. I'm going to watch more war movies and generally just have a good time. Then I'm going to play some more games. Well, that's my little review of COD. Not really a review, just me playing the game and letting you know what I think. I actually made a years behind video a long time ago about Dead Space. Why don't you go check that one out? But if you like this and you want to see some more stuff about other games that aren't WoW, just let me know with a like. Alright guys, bye.